Speaking, I graduated from the greatest class the school has ever had, the class of 2000. I then attended the Friends School of Baltimore and graduated in 2004. Made my way to Mercyhurst University where I received my Bachelor of Arts in Archaeology. Decided that I did not want to be Indiana Jones. Came back to St. Ignatius Loyola Academy as the first alumni to teach here, where I taught 7th grade Latin. Probably the coolest class ever. Then, after a year teaching, decided to move my career into the nonprofit sector, where I work on a slew of issues such as juvenile justice, reducing the racial disparity in birth outcomes in Baltimore, and just really thinking about how to better my community and where to work. In 2018, I received my master's in nonprofit management and social entrepreneurship here at the University of Baltimore. And then currently, I'm a program officer at France Merit Foundation. So for students, what that means is I give money away to nonprofits and educational institutions. And that's what I do. I live with my wife, Christina, 2 kids, Julie and Charlotte. I'm an avid gardener. You can follow me on Instagram. Practice martial arts. I make a mean deep fried turkey. And that's just a little bit about myself. So when I think about being at St. Ignatius Loyola Academy for 3 years, probably the most formative years of my life, this experience was foundational to my growth and development into the man I am today. There's so many memories and experiences that I had here, whether it was meeting Joe Ehrman to learn about a more compassionate form of masculinity, seeing Ben Carson speak at Chapel, meeting Freeman Horowski at my 8th grade graduation, Blue Ridge Summit, learning how to swim. And back in my day, we used to spend not only just the summers at Blue Ridge, we also did the first week of school at Blue Ridge. And to me, that was just, some of the coolest things ever. Reading the New York Times in the cafeteria over Calvary Street, Jug, and more Jug. The opportunity to go to Cuba and shake Fidel Castro's hand. And then there's so many more opportunities that being at this institution has given me. However, there are 2 that stand out the most. The first memory and experience that stands out the most is I was on the wrestling team here at St. Ignatius. It was the first wrestling team we ever had. We practiced in the cafeteria. And our first match, we went to Gilman to wrestle at middle school. And so we traveled to Gilman. Some of you have been to Gilman, quite the fancy campus with all the greatest and latest buildings, wrestling facilities. And to be honest, we knew more about WWE wrestling than real wrestling. However, we actually won. Away from that experience, it's pretty simple. Never give up, have high expectations. This world is unequal through no fault of our own, but with the support of my brothers, we succeed. The second important moment here at St. Ignatius was in 7th grade religion class. The teacher, Mr. Shields, read a quote from the Bible, Mark chapter 11, verses 15 through 18 in the New Testament. So I'll share it. On reaching Jerusalem, Jesus entered the temple courts and began driving out those who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of the money changers and the benches of those selling doves. And he would not allow anyone to carry merchandise through the temple courts. And as he taught them, he said, "It is not written, my house will be called a house of prayer for all nations. Is it not written, my house will be called a house of prayer for all nations, but you made it a den of robbers." The chief priests and teachers of the law heard this and began looking for Jesus, for they feared him, and because the whole crowd was amazed at his teaching. And so to provide context for that quote, Jesus was upset because the temple was supposed to be a place for all to worship, not just for the wealthy and high status. And he saw the exploitation of God's people and felt immediately compelled to act. And I didn't appreciate that reading that Mr. Shields shared until I became a man. And now it makes perfect sense why he shared that passage. St. Ignatius Loyola Academy helped teach me a sense of justice, and that part of being a member of society is to do my part to improve society. And this school was created as a way to address the gross injustice of denying every child quality education and to provide every child the opportunity to develop into a whole, healthy, and fully realized human being. And what I understand now that I did not understand then, being a man for others is not a feeling. It is a call to action. A call, to borrow from Martin Luther King, that requires us to seek to create the beloved community, and that this will require a qualitative change, not only just in our soul, but a quantitative change in other people's lives. And this school has stood up time and time again to answer that call. It's taught us boys to become men who will answer that call. And in this era of growing extremism and racism and homophobia, and seeing anti-democratic appeals take hold throughout not just America, but the world, this world needs what St. Ignatius Loyola Academy has to offer. And so I want to end on this note. When I think about the most valuable things that St. Ignatius has given to me, not just my moral compass, it's given me a group of men that I can call brothers, who've been with me at the most important moments of my life. Whether it's a career move, whether it's at my wedding, the birth of both of my children, supporting me when I had losses in my family. I could not have asked for a better group of men to call family. And that is what the school creates. Community. Family. And it's something I will hold dear and close to me for the rest of my life. Thank you.